I had an imaginary language as a kid. My parents thought I made it up. 30 years later, a linguist heard me mumbling in my sleep and went pale. The language is real, spoken by only 12 people in a remote village. I've never been there. My parents called it my nonsense talk. From ages 3 to 7, I spoke a language nobody understood. Complete sentences, complex grammar, words that followed patterns. My parents assumed it was childhood imagination. Took me to a speech therapist who said I'd grow out of it. I did. By 8, I'd forgotten it completely, or so I thought. My wife recorded me talking in my sleep last month. Said I'd been doing it for years, but she'd never mentioned it because she thought it was just sleep mumbling. This time, she recorded it. I listened back the next morning. Clear words, structured sentences, a language that sounded ancient but felt familiar. I posted a clip online, asked if anyone recognized it. A linguist from the University of Melbourne responded within hours. This sounds like Kusunda. Can we talk? Kusunda is a language isolate from Nepal. No known relatives to any other language on Earth. Spoken by maybe 12 people, all elderly, the last fluent speakers. The linguist flew to meet me. Dr. Sarah Walsh, specialized in endangered languages. She looked at me like I was a ghost. Where did you learn this? I didn't learn it. I made it up as a kid. You didn't make this up. This is Kusunda. The syntax, the phonemes. I've studied this language for 15 years. You're speaking it in your sleep. She played audio of an actual Kusunda speaker, a 90-year-old woman from a village called Rolpa. The sounds matched. The patterns matched. I shouldn't have known this language. I'd never been to Nepal. No connection to the region. My family was Irish and German. There was no logical explanation. Maybe I heard it somewhere, I suggested. TV documentary? A recording when I was little? No recordings of Kusunda existed until 1970. By then, you would have been already 5 or 6, and none of those recordings match your sleep patterns. You're speaking vocabulary that wasn't documented until the 1990s. I felt like the ground was shifting. And how do I know it? She had no answer. The linguist arranged a video call with Kamala, one of the last living fluent speakers. She was 89, lived in the village where the language originated. Through a translator, she listened to my sleep recording. Then she started crying. She spoke rapidly. The translator struggled to keep up. She says you sound like her grandfather, like someone from before. She says the accent is old, older than she's ever heard, a version of the language that died generations before she was born. I was shaking. How is that possible? Kamala spoke again. She says some souls carry things across lives. Knowledge that belongs to the land finds its way back. I don't believe in reincarnation, but I don't have another explanation. Dr. Walsh asked if I'd be willing to work with her, help document aspects of Kusunda that only existed in my sleeping mind. So now, twice a week, I go to sleep wired to recording equipment. I speak a language I've never learned. I say words that haven't been spoken in decades. Kamala and I have become friends. We video chat every Sunday. She speaks. I understand somehow. I respond in my sleep. She tells me what I said. She says I speak of mountains she's never seen, rivers that dried up before her grandmother was born, a version of her world that exists only in memory. You carry the old village in your dreams, she told me. I don't know what that means. I don't know why this happened to me, but I know this. A dying language now has a strange new speaker, a man who never visited Nepal, a man who talks in his sleep about places he shouldn't know. Some mysteries don't have solutions. Some languages refuse to die. And sometimes a childhood nonsense talk turns out to be an ancient tongue that traveled across the world to find its way home. I'm still learning who I used to be. Every night, one dream at a time. My parents came to visit last month. They listened to the recordings. My mother cried, said she always knew my nonsense talk was special. She just didn't know how to explain it. You spoke with such purpose, she said. Like you were remembering something important. Maybe I was. Maybe I still am. Some things can't be explained. They can only be witnessed. And every night, in my sleep, I speak for a people I've never met, carrying their words into another day.